All right, so get this. You sent us an absolute ton of stuff on AI and data analysis.
Yeah,
Feeling a little overwhelmed.
I can see why.
No worries, that's what we do here, right? This is like your fast track to understanding how AI is changing things everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
And really, what it means for you.
That's a big one.
It is a big one, and we're diving deep today into analysis de datos con inteligencia artificial, transformando la toma de decisiones.
Sounds intense.
It is. It's not just about crunching numbers anymore. It's like we said, it's about finding the story that's hidden in all that data.
Yeah, and what's really fascinating to me is that AI, it's not like it's replacing human analysis. It's like it's giving us superpowers.
Yeah, I like that.
It's like having a research assistant who can process information like super fast.
So instead of like drowning in spreadsheets, you can actually like look at the big picture.
Exactly.
It's like that article you sent, the one about predicting wildfire risk.
Oh, yeah.
That's AI in action.
Huge implications there.
Potentially life-saving.
Oh, right. Absolutely. That's a great example. And this source, it really hits it on the head when it talks about the advantages of AI. Think about automation. AI can process massive amounts of data so much faster than we ever could.
Oh, yeah.
Which means it frees us up to do, more of the thinking work, the creative stuff.
Okay, so it's like having this like super efficient assistant who never sleeps.
Never gets tired.
Never gets tired. What else?
Well, think about us humans, right? We make mistakes. We're prone to errors, little mistakes.
All the time.
All the time. AI can help to minimize those errors, which leads to much more accurate analysis.
I can see that.
And then, here's the really cool part. AI is amazing at predicting what's going to happen next.
Oh, so almost like a crystal ball for like business research.
Exactly. By spotting patterns and trends, AI can help us anticipate things like future sales, potential financial risks, you name it, even traffic jams.
Wow, it's like having a sneak peek into the future.
It's pretty amazing. And then there's personalization. AI can tailor insights to specific needs, which makes information way more useful.
Okay, this all sounds amazing, but like, how does it actually do this? I mean, I'm curious about the methods, not just the magic.
Right, of course. And don't worry, we'll keep it simple. No jargon overload.
Thank you.
This source breaks down the key methods, and it's helpful to think of them as like different ways AI learns.
Okay.
First up, supervised learning. Remember when you mentioned financial forecasting in your notes? Well, that's a perfect example of supervised learning in action.
Okay.
It's kind of like teaching a computer to, ace a finance exam by feeding it tons of past stock market data.
Interesting. So it learns from past patterns to make predictions about the future.
Exactly. Now, flip that around. We've got unsupervised learning.
Okay.
Think of it like those Netflix recommendations.
Yeah, you love those.
Right. The algorithm figures out what shows you might like, even though you never actually told it what you like.
It's a little creepy.
It is a little creepy, but it's all about finding those hidden connections in the data without specific instructions.
I see what you mean.
Okay. So what about deep learning? I admit, that one always sounds a little mysterious.
A little bit.
Deep learning is like the brainiac of the AI family, right? It uses artificial neural networks, kind of like a simplified version of the human brain, to tackle those really complex tasks.
Okay.
Like image recognition, understanding language, deciphering really intricate patterns.
Wow. So AI can actually like see and understand what we're saying.
Yeah.
That's pretty mind-blowing.
It is. And speaking of language, that brings us to natural language processing, or NLP.
Well, NLP.
Yeah. It's the tech behind things like those customer service chatbots that are getting better and better.
Oh, yeah, those things.
Your phone's autocorrect, that's NLP too.
Uh-huh.
It's basically teaching computers to understand and communicate like we do.
That makes sense. So NLP is all around us, even if we don't realize it.
Exactly. It's everywhere.
What about predictive analysis? Didn't we touch on that earlier?
We did. Remember we were talking about AI predicting future sales or spotting those financial risks? That's predictive analysis at work.
Okay.
It's all about using AI to forecast trends based on what's happened in the past.
Right. It's like having an AI fortune teller.
Yeah.
But instead of gazing into a crystal ball, it's crunching data.
It's crunching data. So are there specific tools and technologies that make all of this possible?
I mean, it sounds like a lot.
Absolutely. There's a whole ecosystem out there. Our source mentions programming languages like Python and R,
Okay.
platforms like Google AI and AWS, even these cool AutoML tools that make it easier to build AI models, even if you're not a coding whiz.
So it sounds like you don't have to be like a tech genius to use this stuff.
Not at all.
That's good news for me, but hold on tight because I have a feeling we're about to see how this AI stuff is already shaking things up in the real world, including your world.
Oh, absolutely. It's already happening. Yeah, you got it.
Mhm.
Buckle up because we're going on a whirlwind tour of all the industries that are being like totally transformed by AI and data analysis.
Already.
First stop, finance.
Okay.
You know who you mentioned AI-powered trading in your notes?
Yeah.
Well, that's not sci-fi anymore. It's actually happening.
So no more staring at stock charts until my eyes bleed.
Not quite,
Okay.
but AI can definitely help. It can analyze market data, assess risks, and even make trades super fast.
Like lightning speed.
Lightning speed, it's a game changer for investors, really at any level.
That's huge.
Yeah, speaking of game changers, let's jump over to the world of marketing and sales.
Okay.
Remember that article you sent about those ads that feel like they're reading your mind?
Yeah, the ones that make me wonder if my phone is spying on me.
Right, a little creepy.
Yeah, a little creepy, but also kind of impressive.
It is impressive. That's AI-powered marketing in action. It can target customers with like incredible precision, tailor messages just for you, and optimize campaigns to get the best results.
So it's effective,
Oh, yeah.
but maybe a little invasive.
A little bit, yeah. And speaking of personalization, let's head over to healthcare.
Okay.
You said that article about AI diagnosing skin cancer, right?
Yeah, earlier than human doctors.
Earlier than human doctors. Isn't that amazing?
That one really blew my mind. It's like, we're talking about AI potentially saving lives here.
Yeah, exactly. It can analyze those medical images, predict patient outcomes, and even assist with surgery. It's a total revolution happening right
It
now.
really is.
And while we're on the topic of revolutionizing things, let's shift gears over to education.
Okay.
Imagine learning plans that are totally customized to how you learn best.
Oh man, that would have been a game changer back in my school days.
You know, right? That's the power of AI in education. It can personalize those learning paths, identify students who are maybe struggling, and even give teachers feedback, like in real time, to improve their methods.
That's so cool.
It is. And since we're talking about efficiency, let's not forget manufacturing.
Okay, I'm picturing like robots and AI like working side by side in this futuristic factory.
You got it. It's like the dawn of the smart factory, right?
Yeah.
Where AI can streamline those processes, reduce waste and boost productivity, make things run smoothly.
It's the future.
It is. And finally, let's swing by retail.
Okay.
Remember those like generic product recommendations? The ones that never quite hit the mark.
Ugh. Yeah, don't remind me. It's like they don't even know me at all.
Right. Well, AI is changing that too. AI-powered recommendations, they can analyze your browsing history, you know, what you bought before, even like what you do on social media to suggest things that you actually might want. It's like having a personal shopper who just gets you.
A personal shopper in my pocket.
Exactly.
I like that. Wow, it seems like AI is touching like every part of our lives these days.
It really is.
It's kind of overwhelming, to be honest.
I get it.
But I know there's always like another side to the story.
You're right. There's always a catch. As exciting as all this is, we can't ignore the challenges. Our source wisely points out some key concerns that we need to think about.
Okay, let's hear it.
Remember how we were just talking about AI in healthcare?
Yeah.
Well, that brings up something really important about data quality.
Mm-hmm.
If the data that's used to train the AI is, flawed or biased, the results, they could be bad.
Like really bad.
Really bad. It's like the old saying, garbage in, garbage out.
Right.
So we got to make sure that what we're feeding the AI is good stuff.
That makes sense. So how do we make sure the data is good enough to trust?
That's the million-dollar question.
Yeah.
It's a huge challenge for data scientists and really everyone working with AI. It's something we've got to take seriously.
So data quality, that's a big one.
It is. And then, of course, there's the cost factor. This technology, it's powerful, but it's not cheap.
Right.
Not every company, not every organization out there has the resources to just jump on the AI bandwagon.
So even though it has like incredible potential,
there are still some real-world hurdles to overcome.
Exactly. And it's important that we acknowledge those, But I think what's really fascinating is how this technology is pushing us to think differently, to find creative solutions to these complex problems. It's not just about the tech itself, it's about how we choose to use it.
I like that.
What kind of future do we want to create with AI,
That's deep.
It is. It's a question we all need to consider.
That's a powerful thought. It's not just about the algorithms. It's about the choices we make.
Exactly.
I think that's a perfect place to pause and just reflect on everything we've talked about so far.
Yeah, take a breather. We'll be back in a jiffy to wrap up our deep dive into AI and data analysis. Welcome back. We've been on quite a journey. exploring like this whole world of AI and data analysis.
I know, right? It's a lot.
It's a lot.
And we've only just like scratched the surface.
Oh yeah, just barely.
It's really amazing how much this technology is already like impacting us, even in ways that we might not even like realize.
That's what I've been thinking about too. We talk about like how AI is like shaking up industries, like you said, finance and healthcare. But what about its impact on just us? Like people?
That's a really good point, you know? It's easy to get caught up in the big picture stuff
The big, yeah.
and forget about the personal side of
Yeah,
things.
totally.
But the truth is, AI is already kind of woven into our daily lives.
How?
Well, think about those personalized recommendations we were talking about earlier. You know, the ones that suggest products you might like or like videos to watch. That's AI.
Oh, yeah.
Quietly just like shaping our choices.
It's a little creepy.
It is a little creepy, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like AI is becoming this silent partner in our decision making.
It really is. And it goes beyond just like shopping or entertainment, right? I mean, it's changing how we consume information, how we connect with each other, even like how we form our opinions.
It really is, yeah. It can be a little unsettling.
Yeah, that is a little unsettling. It's like AI is this like invisible force that's just like shaping our reality.
In a way, it kind of is, and that's why it's so important for us to be aware of it. You know, like
Yeah.
we need to be mindful of where our information is coming from, what sources we trust, and the potential biases that might be like baked in.
So how do we do that? Like, how do we become more savvy about AI and how it's like impacting our lives?
Well, I think it starts with education. You know, the more we understand about how AI works, the better equipped we'll be to deal with it.
Yeah.
We need to like develop a healthy skepticism.
Question things.
Yeah, ask questions and not just like blindly accept what the algorithms are telling us.
It's like we need to develop a new kind of literacy,
Yes.
like AI literacy.
AI literacy, I love that.
So we can actually be like informed citizens in this world that's becoming more and more AI driven, right?
Exactly. That's a perfect way to put it. It's about giving ourselves the knowledge and those critical thinking skills so we can understand these AI systems, evaluate them.
So it's not about being afraid of AI or like rejecting it.
Right.
It's about like approaching it with like a discerning eye.
Exactly. AI is a tool. And like any tool, it can be used for good or for bad.
Mhm.
It's up to us to make sure it's used responsibly.
And ethically.
And ethically, yes. And that brings us back to something you said earlier. The future of AI, it's not set in stone.
Right.
We get to help shape that future.
We do.
We can't just sit back and watch it happen, you know. We need to be a part of the conversation, advocating for responsible AI and making sure it aligns with our values.
So what's like the main message we want people to take away from this deep dive?
I think it's this.
Yeah.
AI is not some like far-off futuristic thing. It's here. It's now.
Yeah.
It's happening.
It's happening, and it's already changing our world in a huge way.
It's true.
It's up to each of us to like engage with this technology, you know,
Thoughtfully.
critically, and ethically.
I like it. Well, that wraps up our deep dive into the world of AI and data analysis. This has been, I don't know about you, but it's been eye-opening.
It has been really fascinating. I hope our listeners have found it insightful,
And maybe even a little inspiring.
inspiring, yes.
Yeah. As always, we encourage you to keep exploring these topics, keep asking questions, and just be a part of the conversation about the future of AI.
Absolutely, because the future is not something that just like happens to us. It's something we create together.
That is a perfect note to end on. Until next time, keep diving deep and stay curious.